All right, guys, we are back in the shop, or at least I am. I was in Hawaii the last few days with my wife, took a little much needed time away, got her in the sun, which she always enjoys, and I tried to not get too sunburned. So I'm very excited to be back though. The new building is looking great. They're working on the mezzanine right now. We're about probably 2 or 3 days away from the mezzanine being mostly done. And then we'll prep some pipes and some stuff in that, some penetrations through that, and then we'll pour concrete on it. So, and then we're also gonna start prepping this for the slab. So getting fine grade in down below for the big pour. So over the next month and a half, it's going to be constantly prepping for concrete and getting that poured. We have a really cool new collab coming, the Grail cup, MKC/Grail. I actually used a Grail on my moose hunt with my son. It's an amazing cup, got a titanium outer cup with a filter that pushes down through. So I filtered all of my water on that moose hunt with that Grail, but you can also pull that cup off and boil it right in the fire, make hot chocolate, coffee, whatever. It's actually a really, really handy cup. I used it and I love it. So check that out, they're very cool. This is a really easy way to have a filter and filter water quickly and still use it for other things. The other thing we have coming is this SEAR knife. We are going to do some chopping with this today. We're gonna beat on this thing in the shop and just show you guys how tough this thing is. I'm really excited for this. We've been working on this for a couple of years. I talked to a bunch of SEAR instructors. Survive, evade, resist, and escape is what that stands for. For the rest of you civilians, it's really just survival and bushcraft type stuff. So we're gonna chop on this, beat on this knife, show you guys how tough it is. The other thing that we launched last week, which we still have a bunch of, is our stockyard apparel. So check that stuff out. It's actually my new favorite design. So a lot of exciting things happening. The weather's supposed to be getting better next week, and pick yourself up a SEAR knife. All right, let's chop on some wood here. What I want to show here is how robust this blade is. The tip specifically, you know, I made this knife to put up to some of the SEAR training that we see guys do, which is literally sticking it in wood and like prying the wood in half to make kindling. With this knife, to be able to chop into this and then like beat it down through a piece of wood, if you want to just start right on top of it, prying wood in half. And again, if we need to just pry it that direction, look at that, that's 4 inches of wood here that we just beat right through. Let's try something like that one. We'll just go like right there. Pry that out of there. I'll just go on that same line right here. You can literally see sparks coming off of that. Now that we've done that, get that knife out of there. We can get right in line with that. That's about as wide as the blade. I'm just beating on the back of the handle. Now, yeah, I mean, I'm dinging the handle up and dinging the back of the blade up, but the idea that, and this has actually got a waffle on the back of this hatchet that I had laying here, so it's gonna beat the out of this knife. But the point is, if we're in a survival situation and you gotta do what you gotta do, I mean, we just chop that whole chunk of wood off. Now, chop this up and we'll just make some kindling, like for a fire. So you can literally pry with that, beat up the edge. It's crazy. And this baby now, so after all that, I'm still shaving hair with that knife. So I just beat the absolute hell out of it. It's got hair on it right now, but if you look at this edge or zoom in on that, there's no damage to that edge whatsoever. All right, so one of the tests we do for like the journeyman and master smith test is to chop through a 2x4. We actually have to do it twice, and then that blade still has to shave, but that's with a 10-inch blade. This is obviously a much shorter blade, but we might as well try and chop through a 2x4 and see. What that really shows is to see if you get any edge damage. One, does it hold an edge? And two, do you get any either chips or do you get any dents in the edge? Dents would tell you the blade's too soft, chips would tell you it's too hard, and we might even beat on it with a hammer, which you wouldn't do in your test, but We'll grab a board here. This is one we've already chopped the end off of. Well, let's beat away on this thing and see how it works. The idea too on this handle with these pockets and with this texture is to not have this blade turn a lot in your hand. I'll have a little looser grip when I'm pounding on this, but it is to keep kind of a positive grip, especially if I was wearing a pair of gloves. There's a knot right there. I'm gonna hit right in that knot on purpose. Edge looks beautiful. 2x4 number 1, let's see if that thing still shaves. Still shaving. And what's most important on this is we don't have any edge deformation at all. There's no chips, no dents, looks beautiful. I was gonna see if I had a piece of paper in here. Still cuts real nice. There's a little bit of like pitch on it that makes it a little sticky, but still cutting beautiful. Should we beat on it through the 2x4?
Yeah.
With a hammer? All right, let's go do it. So we'll just beat on it a little bit here, flat side. Right in a knot. See that knot sticking out of the top of there? There's a knot right there. Purposely pick that to beat on. Go from this backside. Nice clean edge. I'll let you guys hone in on that. So guys, that's our SEAR knife. You just saw me absolutely just beat the hell out of the handle with a big hatchet through firewood over there at my stove, and then you saw me hammer through a 2x4 just by hand with chopping, and then also beating on the back of the blade. As you can see, it's a little bit banged up back there from the hammer. That's my forging hammer. Absolutely no damage to the edge, just a little damage to the spine as you would expect. But the point is, this point of this is robust. The edge is robust. The handle has good positive traction. If you have to survive somewhere, this SEAR knife will do it. You want to break it? Yeah, let's break it.
We'll film it.
You ready? No, I don't know. It's scaring me. That's pretty impressive. Look at how that came back too so much. Like, you saw how far that was.
Yeah. Okay, so Tuesday was Josh's 44th birthday. He was in Hawaii with his wife, got to spend a little time with family and hang out and just have an actual vacation for once. So we took it upon ourselves, myself and some of the people on the production floor, made him a calendar, and we're gonna give this to him. I can't wait to see his reaction. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Josh. Lost man. Happy birthday to you.
Well, I don't know why it was so special to get that, but thank you. My wish is that you guys don't ever do that again. Oh my God. This is why you shouldn't have people that can Photoshop. This is all I need to see. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh my God. Get out of my hot tub. Have you all seen this? Oh my God. Of course it's a bear skull. Is that my bear skull? Oh my God. Have you seen all these? Oh my God. That is classic. Oh, wow. Well, this is quite a special team. Thanks, guys.
Dick house.
Yeah.
You went and got my tools on. Oh, my face hurts.
You gotta imagine, he had to catch that fish. So he's out there.
And we all know that takes a while. Oh, it's my fish out of my pond. Oh, we cannot leave town again. This all happened while we were gone. That was hilarious. That's gonna be hard to beat.
Hey guys, what's up? This is John Barklow, and I'm really stoked to talk to you today about this collab between Grail and Montana Knife Company in this really versatile product combining a water bottle, a filtration system, and a cook pot. The thing that's got me the most stoked is the versatility of this product. So a lot of you know I spent a lot of time out in the mountains. I've taught a lot about survival, and water purification is a really important thing. So, you know, you can't trust just going and dipping your bottle in these free-flowing streams anymore. It's really important, if you want to prevent yourself from getting giardia or something worse, that you filter your water. And so the cool thing about this Grail bottle is that you've got this part, which is your cup, and you can fill this with any running water, and then you take this bottle that's got the filter on it and you put it on there, open this cap, and then slowly push down while it's on the ground, and that dirty water is going to go through the filter, and with your effort you're going to force clean water into the bottle, and then you can drink out of this bottle. But the thing I like most about this is the versatility it provides. And so if I've got this in my pack, I'm constantly using this. Every time I come across a stream, I can dip, I can filter, I can drink clean water. But now let's say I get to camp. I don't have to carry an extra cook pot, because this now is my cook pot. I can scoop water or put snow in here, put it on a fire, put it on my camp stove, and this is enough now to make a hot drink, rehydrate a meal, those types of things. So, like I said, great collaboration between Grail and Montana Knife. Go check it out. It'll be on your shelf real soon.
Hey guys, my name is Josh Smith. I'm the CEO of Montana Knife Company. We have a very exciting announcement today. We have an addition to our tactical line, and it's called our SEAR knife, the MKC SEAR knife, which is an acronym for Survive, Evade, Resist, and Escape. So this is a tactical knife that you're gonna see a lot of these guys going through SEAR school, where they learn different tactics about how to survive in the wilderness if they find themselves, whether it's in a plane crash, behind enemy territory or enemy lines by themselves, or maybe with a buddy, and they need to survive in the wilderness or whatever environment they happen to be in, and then also evade being captured. I just looked this morning on my Instagram messages as to when I started reaching out to SEAR instructors about how we were gonna build this blade, and it was July of 2023. I reached out to a bunch of different SEAR people. I actually put a story on Instagram asking, like, hey, do we know any SEAR instructors that would be willing to help me with some advice on this? Because I am not a veteran and I haven't gone through SEAR school. So I wanted to talk to the guys that actually put our soldiers through SEAR training. I actually got some really cool videos from those SEAR instructors, and it showed us some different tactics that they use in their training that I haven't seen before, like in the hunting environment. And it actually changed a lot of the way I was thinking about building this blade. One example of that is I saw the way they were chopping kindling, and instead of batoning this knife like you see a lot of hunters do through wood, they were actually driving the tip of this blade into a block of wood and twisting and turning and prying their kindling. And so it became very evident we had to have a very robust tip on this blade. This blade needed to be thicker, a little bit heavier. The other things that we talked to them about was having a pretty nice squared off handle so you don't get rotation in this blade when you are chopping, you're prying, doing things like that. These guys talked about wanting grip on this handle. So on this G10 handle, we have a really nice grip on here, similar to what we have on our Task Force knife. Now, speaking of the Task Force knife that you guys have seen before out of us, the SEAR knife is a fair amount bigger. So you can see there's a little bit of difference here in these two blades, but it's definitely more robust. It's wider, it's thicker, it's heavier. This is 4 7/8 inch blade length, 10 1/4 inch overall length. You know, it's not a ton bigger than this Task Force knife, but it is fairly significant when you hold these, especially in width, in thickness, and then in handle length as well, and again, in thickness of that handle. This blade also, we've noticed guys do a ton of chopping with it, working on a ferro rod. Now this blade is Cerakoted, so the spine of this blade isn't gonna work great for a ferro rod, but right back here on this edge where this edge is sharp, this is not a part of the edge you do a lot of cutting with. Guys don't use a ferro rod a ton, but if they need to, they can use it back here on this back part of the edge, and they leave the whole rest of this edge open for work. And this blade is made out of Magna Cut stainless steel. It's very tough. Again, it's thicker than anything else that we're making in our tactical line. It's strong, it's tough. It is meant for absolute survival situations. And I really do appreciate what we learned from the SEAR training world, because we did really apply that to this. We also did these cutout pockets in the handle here as well. It takes a little bit of weight out of this blade, but really what it does is, again, it really locks into your hand and it helps keeping that blade from rotating, especially if you're wearing thick gloves. You really need something to lock into that blade. As usual, it comes with our Kydex sheath. These really snap in nice and tight. They click in. It's got a retention screw here. You can really suck that down if you're worried about losing it. We also provided a lanyard hole on the back of this handle. I know a lot of you guys, especially in the military, like to carry, put a lanyard through here and even tie that off on your gear. If this isn't a knife you figure you're gonna be pulling out often, sometimes guys will want to lash that knife to their gear where they absolutely know they're not gonna lose it. It's got our signature belt clip on this as well, but we also offer a lot of other clip designs, attachments on our website for our sheaths, so you can carry these in any various ways that you decide to. In addition to all of that, we offer this in our various Cerakote colors. You're gonna see our Coyote tan. We have black handles, this Coyote color here as well. So there's some different variations of the colors that you can go with if you want to try and match your kit, or if you just have a favorite color. It's gonna match the rest of our tactical knives, like this War Goat here, our Battle Goat. This blade's 170 thousandths thick. It's about 7 3/4 ounces. And again, I think this is gonna be the perfect knife. If you know a kid going into the military is gonna be going through SEAR school, this is gonna be a perfect blade for that kid. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all of the advice that we've gotten from guys. I know it's been 1.5 years since we started talking about this knife, but I do take these very, very seriously, because you guys are gonna have your lives depend on these blades potentially, and that's of the utmost importance to us. So thanks again, I appreciate it, and good luck out there with this blade.
Oh, hey, don't mind me, I'm just batoning here. Is that what you want me to do? Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I'm just out here in the barn batoning some wood for my campfire. I'm doing that with the new SEAR knife that we're dropping here this coming week. SEAR stands for Survival, Evasion, Resistance, Escape. So kind of a all-around bushcraft survival knife. And you can get one, you can win one this week at, cut that out, I'll start again. Just a cool survival bushcraft style knife, and you can actually win one of these by liking this video, commenting on this video, subscribing to the YouTube channel, and signing up for our email list. So this thing could be yours.